Hello folks, Max Muir, Action for Dogs, Edinburgh and Lothian's dog trainer. Today I would like to talk about you. Are you anxious, fearful? Is it quite a mental challenge for you out there walking your dog? If you're experiencing behavioural difficulties with your dog may be lunging, barking, showing aggression to other dogs or people. And for me, the biggest obstacle in my experience for clients to overcome is themselves. You may have been the recipient of abuse from the general public. You may have had looks or expressions, gestures or tuts from other people about getting your dog under control. And while method or technique are important, when we take a huge dent in our confidence due to peer pressure, it has a major effect on who we are and the way we do things with our dog. Confidence factors are massive. They're huge. They're no small thing. And while method and technique are important, how our mental approach to it, how we deal with it, is equally more important in my view. I always tell my clients there's a big difference in knowing what to do and being able to apply it under pressure. Now think about that for a minute. There's a big difference in knowing what to do and being able to apply it under pressure. Hello, son. And what people say and do to us when we're out there with a dog doesn't just happen in the moment. It can affect us at really deep levels. We take it home with us, we think about it, we go to bed with it, and we wake up with it. And overcoming the mindset that causes those nerves and anxiousness and deep-rooted fears on a deep level takes work. Now, if you are experiencing quite difficult behaviours or behaviours that border on the dangerous with your dog, it's essential that when you're laying the foundation to know that you can emotionally align with your training, because that's the most important aspect of your training. Choosing your ground, where to train and drill something over and over and over and over again until your confidence builds with it. Working with rescue dogs for a very long time, in my experience now, I'm able to set up my training where I work with the dog for X amount of time before I start introducing the dog into society again. So I may choose small towns and villages and progress to more built up areas and busier areas, you know, depending on what the dog's issues are. People don't know I work for rescue. They don't know the dog I have with me is a rescue dog. So I've been subjected to every form of public or peer pressure abuse there is out there that you may be currently experiencing. As a professional dog trainer working with behaviour modification, I have learned to disengage emotionally from all of that and concentrate on the training strategies and the process that I've put in place for me and the dog to help the dog succeed. Now, that's a very difficult thing for people to do, to disengage and focus on the strategy and the process that you want the dog to perform. Hello, son. And that takes practice. Think of all the high-pressure jobs that are out there. Think of paramedics, doctors, nurses, the police, firemen, military. Think of all the drills and all the rehearsals that they do before they go out there for real. If you do not drill or do not rehearse appropriately, you're going straight into real time with a method or technique that, one, you've not practiced enough, but two, more importantly, you haven't developed the confidence in, and you don't have the answers for which repetition and drilling give you. So when you start to apply your training with various pressures, you have enough repetition and rehearsal in it to have some answers of what you can get out yourself and the dog. this is what's setting yourself up for success is. Now, choosing your ground is very difficult, but it's absolutely necessary, and it has to be done. That's the first level of your behaviour modification, is that you choose an environment that supports you and the dog. Again, knowing what to do and being able to apply it under pressure are two very different, powerful environments. So I would urge you to take your time. I would urge you to really put in the practice and develop a deep mental awareness of how you feel. I would encourage you to start to proof and test your behaviours once you've got a good 80% response in them, and then start to tentatively go out there in search of tiny little pressures that test your confidence, that tests your ability to carry out the training procedure, that do all of that. That's very, very important, because you need those answers and how you feel and how you cope. You must also develop coping skills along with your dog. And that's one of the biggest hurdles that people fall at when they're dealing with their dog's behaviour. They don't know how to cope when the pressure becomes intense, or the pressures happen unpredictably. And, you know, building confidence, easy to lose and slow to gain. So this is all about you. This is not about the dog, because the dog will develop. The dog has to trust the training. You have to trust the training. You have to trust yourself in the training in order for the dog to trust your training. So it's an area that is very deep, and tend to put in quite a few posts on about this area. Message me privately if it's something that you're going through at the moment. There's nothing wrong with having your confidence shaken, but your world gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and you start living in that bubble when you don't know the way forward. So, like I say, confidence easy to lose, slow to gain. You may know what to do, but it may fall to pieces when it comes to applying it under pressure. So that is a work in progress that needs a very specific approach in order for you to get success from it. This is Max Muir, Action for Dogs, Edinburgh and Lothian's dog trainer. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share this video to anyone you might think will benefit from it. And if you have any questions, please private message me. Have a great day, folks.